Hey guys, I'm Joshua Myers. You can call me Mobankiki, Mobankiki. This is just a video of me inking and going into coloring with Copic markers because I want to get better with that. I start off with testing the ink on my G pen along with my nib, and just make sure the line variation is good and that the lines are coming off of the pen pretty well, because sometimes it likes to stab the paper, it likes to just drag, or it just doesn't like to flow. Sometimes you gotta burn part of it on the top just to burn like the extra film off, that way it flows easier. But yeah, so then I got started inking, making sure the camera was right there, and I started off with the left side because I'm right-handed. So typically with the G pen, you'll start on your non-dominant side and work your way up to the dominant side. That way you're not smearing any of the ink. And we don't want to smear no ink because we're not trying to use that much whiteout. Nothing wrong with using whiteout, but it's better to use it as a feature rather than using it to fix things, if you know what I mean. But yeah. I really wanted to make a scene that involved a few characters, and I was looking on Pinterest because I needed some reference, and I couldn't really catch the vision at the moment. I'm a little aphantasia, if any of you are familiar with that term. Just means when I close my eyes, I don't really see much other than black. So yeah, still got an imagination though, that's different. So while I was looking, I was like, okay, I for sure want to make sure my characters are dressed in some type of punk aesthetic. So I went and made sure I was showing spikes, different types of hair colors, different types of hairstyles. I had to get the chains in there, and just really wanted to test out what I could do, because I don't really draw chains that often, and I think that's something I'd like to put up my arsenal. And I also don't draw that many people in one illustration, so I had to make the change to that, you feel me? Because it's important to show our characters interacting with one another, especially when you are a comic book artist and any type of concept artist. I just think in general it's important to show your characters interacting and seeing how they are in their environment. I'm not really sure how else to put it at the moment. But yeah, we got this girl hovering above everyone, and everybody who's looking up at her doesn't even know what's going on. They're trying to figure it out themselves. They don't know whether to be scared or to be concerned. A little bit of both, So yeah, today I wanted to discuss whether or not you should go to art school. Is it worth it? And I also wanted to give you my experience, because I went to Columbus College of Art and Design, and I think it's important for people to know for certain whether or not they should go to school for the art. You feel me? So yeah, let's start. We're going to start off with why you should go. Art school is full of people from different walks of life, college in general. But specifically for art school, you have a bunch of illustrators, animators, comic book artists, photographers, videographers, graphic designers, fine artists, industrial designers, and so much more. You're introduced to how other artists think, and you can learn something from just about everyone there. Going to art school means you're with a community full of artists, and there's nothing else like it. You can network and build genuine bonds with other creatives. This personally meant a lot to me because there weren't many creatives in the schools I went to before college outside of musicians, actors, and actresses. The few people who could draw or take good quality photos didn't really make themselves known. The creatives you meet during art school are more likely to have similar interests in tandem with ones you've never heard before. that can inspire you. Most of the people at art school are pretty chill or shy. You'll find a few who are outgoing, but either way, they're welcoming. The professors are another reason you should go to art school. I've met a lot of cool professors who really cared about teaching their students what they need to know and were like super transparent with their experiences as artists in and outside of the industry, because we're all trying to navigate here. The professors I had were always willing to talk, give critiques, suggest artists to study, and show what they have or are currently working on. If you're in art school and haven't Google searched your professors, I highly suggest it. It's nice to see they know what they're talking about and where or who they've worked with. Like one of my favorite professors, I never looked them up until my last semester, and I'm like kind of salty I did that, because like he was showing his work. And remind you, this was in my capstone class. I was making my book Osmodeus. I had finally finished it, and we just wrapping up the semester. He's showing us all this good work. I'm like, oh, you should have been showed us all of this. You've only showed us like little pieces here and there. You have way more out there that you could have showed us. But yeah, the professors are great, and really listen to your classmates and just other colleagues about the other professors before you sign up for certain classes, because not every professor is for you. Like if you mainly do realistic art and you're about to go to a class and for whatever reason that professor prefers children's art, that won't really be good for you unless you're trying to also learn children's book art, because of the fact there's a bias that they have, and that's like vice versa, So you want to watch out for certain teachers who have like a bias, because they are out there. Not all of them are there. I mean, like, not all of them do it, but they are there. Just be aware of that, The classes are the last reason why you should attend art school. There are a plethora of classes, and you should take advantage of this opportunity. My school had drawing, painting, printmaking, and other fundamental classes. They also had classes that involved self-promotion, children's books, editorial, business, marketing, and others that should help you during your art journey. These classes should allow you to experiment with mediums and ideas you wouldn't have tried without an academic or professional deadline. And to me, like, that just helps you improve as an artist. Like, I started to pick up more on photography because of the first semester I had at CCAD. I had an intro to photography class, and that's just helped me look at lighting differently and like just how to set up a scene and using my rule of thirds more efficiently. And yeah, like now I like to go out and take pictures for my own references. That's another thing. Take y'all's own references. Trust me, it'll help you do things a lot faster, because searching on Pinterest is getting harder to find stuff that I want personally. I don't know how it is for y'all. And there's too much AI stuff on Pinterest now. What's going on with that? But yeah, let's get back on topic. There's a few reasons why you also shouldn't go to art school. And first, it's hard to get into classes you want to get in, especially during junior and senior year. Freshmen and sophomores shouldn't expect to take much outside of fundamental classes. A few literature, history, science, and core classes. During junior and senior year, you have to be up on time to hit submit on your schedule and pray it doesn't crash due to the activity from the other students. It's quite hectic. I must admit though, you're more likely to get in as a senior since you have first dibs, but you also have your capstone or senior projects. So be prepared for that stress. Like, it's kind of bittersweet because you're like, oh my gosh, like I can finally take this class. But then you find out like, ooh, I got to turn all this other stuff in and make a comic and make an animation. I don't know about that. The second thing I have for this is like, some professors are biased and believe their way is the only way. Some may give you bad grades simply because they enjoy children's book illustrations, but you do a Marvel or DC or mature style. You know, it goes back to what we were talking about earlier. Sometimes it's the other way around, and this is why I recommend, this is why I recommended researching the professors before you even get to the class. Like, seriously. Ask the other students about them, their experiences with the professors. Was the professor helpful with them? What were their interactions like? That way you can accurately judge whether or not this professor is for you. And then the last reason why you shouldn't attend art school is the cost of tuition. Tuition is so expensive, and I honestly don't think it's worth it unless you have enough scholarships to pay for it or you're willing to go in debt. And I highly doubt any of you are willing to go into debt right now. Inflation's crazy right now. Are you sure you want to go in debt? There's a thing called YouTube, y'all. Google. A few other options. So yeah, there's cheaper options like what you're watching on. I said YouTube Academy, Skillshare, TikTok, Google, and Pinterest. Those are all valid ways to learn new techniques and programs. We also got books. And yes, you should read your art books. They got helpful advice. There's words there for a reason. Please read them. Trust me. Read them. And yeah, you'll just learn more techniques that way, and you could go more self-paced. Most of these options are free, and the information you need to know can be found without breaking your pockets. Let's not break our pockets, y'all. Tuition is over $50,000, and that doesn't even count how much it costs to get the materials you need for certain classes. Let's be honest here. Art supplies, whether digital or traditional, are expensive, and it's hard to maintain a consistent job during the semester due to the dang near 3-hour studio classes and multiple projects that are due soon after the last. If you still choose to go to art school, please stack your money during the semester, right before the semester, so you can survive during the semester. It's easier to make art when you're prepared, especially when you've prepared your finances so you can make sure you can eat and sleep, comfortably. But yeah, that's my little TED talk about art school and whether or not you should go. I hope I've helped some. And I'd like to know, have any of you been to art school? Where did you go, and how were your experiences with the professors and students? Would you recommend art school to other people? Please leave a comment and subscribe for more discussions about being an artist. Now y'all can just sit back, watch me finish inking this, and I'll be back once I start coloring. Alright, y'all, I'm back. I had started erasing right here to get the underdrawing off from the blue pencil I had used to make the sketch. And I do this because I want to make sure that it doesn't really show up after I start coloring it with the Copic markers. There is a little disadvantage to working this way as opposed to using a light table, because when you use a light table you could just put the original drawing on the light table and then you get another piece of paper and you ink on top of that. That way you don't got to worry about any of the underdrawing affecting the way the drawing gets colored, you know. So yeah, I had started using the Copic markers. I had got these Copics online when they had a sale. I believe it was 20% off, and that sale only came like with random packs. Like there was no telling which pack you were going to get. So it came with those, and also like just a bigger one of the 72A colors. But yeah, this is my best attempt at the moment with blending the markers. I had started off with the skin, and I wanted to start off with the character in the foreground just like I did when I had started inking. Trying to see how the colors go well. I was trying to match like the numbers, because I had read this little book that the thing had came with when I had got the markers, and I can't think of it on the top of my head right now with how you match the colors, but one of them has to do with the saturation, and the other one is just how not opaque, that relates back to the saturation, but I want to say the hue. I could be wrong. Fact check me if you need to in the comments. But yeah, so that didn't work out as much as I had wanted it to while I was doing this. But you know, YOLO, I gotta learn somehow. You only learn from error. So I kept on going. I started doing the girl in the middle who's sitting down and all like, what's going on out there? You know, what's going on with her? And yeah, like it was fun to color this. I'm not gonna lie. It was more fun to ink it outside of doing all the chains, because that was time consuming. I ain't gonna hold you. But yeah. Eventually, while I was coloring this, I had like realized just how much marker I was about to use, especially once I got to the background. Man, these things are so expensive, but they go out so quick when you use them, especially in large masses. So I was like, that kind of sucks, you know? And so the ink, I was so salty about this, y'all. The ink was starting to smear, and like it was ever so slightly. You notice it even more by the time I get to the background, but like I had to just work with it. Like it was hard. It was hard. I ain't gonna lie. Because I'm over here like, dang, I'm tired of coloring. I want to get this part over with. If you know me personally, you know I like the inking process way more than the coloring process. Coloring hasn't really like clicked for me, especially in like the traditional realm. Like inking over coloring all day, every day. I need to find someone to color my stuff, and we come up that way, you know? But yeah, I'm over here like, I gotta be all careful. Make sure I'm pressing lightly, just barely getting it. You know when you a kid and you starting to learn not to color outside the line, so you looking like all super close with like the tip of the marker or the crayon or colored pencil, whatever you was using as a kid, and you like, yeah, right there. Let me make sure I'm not going outside the line. And then you find out when you're using things like markers, that stuff still bleed a little more, so you gotta adjust the pressure. But yeah, the difficulties of being an artist, you know. Sometimes you just gotta let it bleed. You gotta let the marker bleed, y'all. Right here you see me get into the girl on the right. If I'm not mistaken, the color was a little more off for her. Her and the girl on the left, like them colors did not match the way that book had told me that they match. And I'm sorry, but like I said, you gotta keep going. You gotta finish off the drawing. Don't just stop here, you know. Like, we gotta reach the end. We're getting from A to B. Come on now, you know, we gotta finish these projects. But yeah. I'ma be right back by the time I get to the background, cause yeah, we gonna rant a little bit right there. Y'all remember how I said the smearing started for the markers when I was doing like the background? It was really when I was getting to the chains. You could like see it the most around this part, and like you see how much darker it was making the green. And I was trying to work around that because like I wanted to make sure that the green looked like it was glowing, you know? And now that I'm thinking about it, I could have had more of like a reflective light from that, you know, showing on all of the other characters. But yeah, you know, we got to use that for future reference for some future pictures. But yeah, like you can see how much I was trying to work around it, especially where the character's hair is, because like she got so much hair on that side, it was like really hard to even like try to ink right there. So yeah, you know, just a little difficulty, One of the reasons why people like to go digital more than they like traditional nowadays. But hey, pick your battles. I prefer to ink digitally. Traditionally. I like to ink traditionally, and I like to color digitally, because like I can mess up more and I can try out more things, you know. How would this look like with this color? How would this look like with this color? And it's just like I could just use a different blending mode or alter the colors with some of the settings that just allow you to, you know, convert a part of the picture to a specific color that you've chosen. I do this a lot on Clip Studio. I'm not sure. Actually, I'm pretty sure that it's on Photoshop too, just because of how similar both programs are. But yeah. So this is me getting through with the green. You'll see me start getting to like the background a little bit more and getting everything that should be showing up under the green, because I wanted the green to overpower most of the girl that's floating above the air. Alright, so I'll be back at the end of the video. Until then, watch me finish coloring this picture. And yeah, just chill, relax. That's all I got. I had forgot while I was recording this that my camera had died. So yeah, make sure y'all got backup batteries for y'all's cameras. I don't know about getting one for mine right now though. Them things are $50, I believe, a piece. And I got a Canon R10. So yeah. But we're reaching towards the end of the picture. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know how you like this picture, and is there anything else you'd like me to draw, whether that's original art, fan art, and any other topics you'd like me to discuss while I'm trying to navigate the art industry myself. If you stayed this long, I just want to thank you for sticking around and just watching me draw and yap. And yeah, so if you want to find me on any other platforms, you can find me under Mobankiki, Mobankiki. I predominantly use Instagram, and now I'm up here on YouTube, and I also use TikTok from time to time. And I think, yeah, that's about it. Y'all have a wonderful day and stay hydrated. Get up, don't sit too long. Until next time, my friends, here's the final piece. Peace.